Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Build to Diamonds. Now, as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I haven't been doing live commentary as much as I have in the past with the Build to Diamonds series. The reason for that being is that I get very easily distracted when I'm trying to make commentary while I'm playing the game. So I've been trying to focus on trying to do a little bit better in my games, and instead, and it's worked. I'm actually climbing Plat 3, 50 odd LP right now. I actually got demoted to Plat 4, and then managed to climb back up to Plat 3. That's fine though, I'm okay with that. I pretty much, as soon as I got demoted, smashed into solo queue again, 2 games won, back in promos, another 2 games, easy money. So the game I'm playing in Sona bot lane. She is a support that I've really taken to recently. She's a bit of a double-edged sword. She's incredibly squishy, but she does have a lot of like potential in lanes. She can make a lot of big plays, a lot of flash, ulties, all that kind of stuff. I have a tendency to miss those quite often, but nevertheless, the option is there. But I've noticed a lot of stuff that's been happening in some of my games, and I feel like it might be kind of useful things for people to like to know about, because I have learned, unironically learned a lot about playing League of Legends and about the mistakes that people make, myself included. I make so many mistakes when I play League of Legends, but it might be useful information for you. I don't really know. So I guess number one thing, overstaying. Orianna's still really low HP. I think it was fairly obvious. I know it's really fairly obvious in hindsight that this was a bait, but this Annie goes on the Omega tilt spree of the century in this game, and it's pretty glorious. If only you could have seen the in-game chat, which unfortunately I didn't actually record. I was just playing. Fuck me, she went buck wild on her asses, dude, for like the dumbest reasons, and it really actually ends up doing really well in this game. I think she went like 2-0 early on in lane. Didn't matter whatsoever because she tilted off the face of planet fucking Earth. It was really horrible. Basically, everybody in our team was flaming somebody else. I actually was pre-made with the Twitch in our team. He was the jungler from my last game, and I thought he played really well, so I was like, hey, you want to play again? And he ended up rolling up for AD carry anyway, so we ended up playing that. We played a couple games together, which you'll be seeing in this video, but we're not doing crazy well in lane. We're doing fine. We're like 15 CS ahead-ish, and we've got that 1 kill advantage. So things are going pretty okay. The thing that I've been like trying my damnedest to do, and I feel like it's a really important thing for me at least, and it might be important for you as well, is that consistency is like my number one thing that I'm trying to attain right now. I don't really give a shit about like Pog Champion carrying games, like making big fat stupid plays that may or may not get me killed, or either I ace my team or I ace the other team. Doesn't really matter. My main concern right now is trying to play like as consistently as possible so that I make as little mistakes as possible, and that might mean that I don't make as many risky plays, but at the same time, as long as if I'm support, if I'm in another lane, try to minimize death as much as possible. Now, that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, really depends on the other team, but it's been working out for me. The climb has been happening. That was Annie saying that she got dived. That was a dive, but the tower was gone, and she was low HP. That was just dumb. So Annie's kind of feeding her ass off. At the same time, she's also tilting the shit out of her enemy jungler, blaming them for no ganks and stuff. Lee Sin hits mid one single time, and all of a sudden, that makes him the greatest jungler on planet Earth. Even though despite that, top lane is doing absolutely fantastically, 4-0, and we're 1-0 bot lane, but we've got like 10 CS ahead. And Twitch, of course, Twitch and Sona are a fantastic combination. I mean, Nami is like sustaining really hard, another ardent sense of support, but still, the potential is there. See, if we just farm, like, we had an agreement, me and the Twitch, I don't think we were on mic at this point or anything, but we had an agreement. Our aim is just to not die, and we just play it for late. Like, that was pretty much it. We had a team that did really well in the late game. Aurelia, fantastic, really awesome peel for Twitch as well, or can dive backlines. Kane can easily peel for as well. Can be really tanky, dive onto like tanks or whatever, what have you. Annie doesn't need to do anything. Annie doesn't need to have any kills whatsoever. Just needs to have a Tibbers flash stun combo, and then that's it. That's fantastic. That was pretty much our game plan, and I was just like, Annie, it's fine. Just flash Tibbers. That's all you gotta do. Stun bot. I'll take care of the rest, because we have such a huge potential for like CC. Like Annie can flash Tibbers, I can flash Crescendo, then spray and pray. Kane can come in, do his W, whatever. Aurelia, in the meantime, can flash onto the back line. we had such a good team fight. I mean, they have a pretty decent team fight as well. They've got like the ulti knock up from Nami, Yasuo. They've got a lot of stuff that they can actually Q onto Yasuo. Like pretty much every character on their team has something that they can Q onto Yasuo, onto his ulti. But there was still like good potential. As long as we had better better positioning, it would have been completely fine. Annie almost dies again there, but like the thing with it was is that during this entire time that Annie was like getting shit stomped mid, right? Kayn wasn't really interested in helping that lane because Annie was flaming him so god damn hard, and because of this, Aurelia was getting the shit tilted out of herself as well. In fact, she was doing the best in her team, but ironically was the most tilted by like this point in the game. So she backs off now. She comes back in. She comes down mid, I believe, after trying to help push this Swift Herald out. But by this point, she has like lost her mind. Like this person, this is no longer a human being anymore. This is just an embodiment of rage. And I guess to an extent I don't blame her, but at the same time she was pretty much pissed off at everybody in the team. Whilst me and Twitch are 1-0 bot lane. We have not died yet. Neither of us have died, and she is complaining about everybody like not being too heavy. And I'm just like, I mean, we're not heavy. We're literally winning lane. We have not died whatsoever. We're 15 CS ahead now at this point, as well as the kill. But you know that didn't stop her from tilting off the face of the earth. So Annie moves in bot lane here to try and dive so we can try and get turret out of this because we're pretty desperate for turret gold at this point. However, it is a pretty stupid dive. She's like really far behind the tower. We cannot save her. She moves out after Lee Sin comes in, tries to drop the Tibbers. It wasn't a half bad Tibbers there, to be honest, but it's still not a whole lot we can do. We do back off, but Kayn is like so fucking deep behind enemy lines. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I did try and save him there as well with a heal, but there was quite literally nothing that we'd be able to do there. So that's like another kill to Lee Sin. But it's still a decent trade in all honesty, because Kayn isn't exactly like doing too much here. He's 0-2 anyway. Same as Nami. The gold distribution is still absolutely fine. I do think he gave up blue buff though, but so you can kind of see the pings coming out here. Aurelia is the embodiment of tilt, and it's honest to God, if she kept her mindset in the right fucking place, I guarantee she would have done a lot better. So she goes on to this 2v1, despite the fact that both of them have ulti. She gets shockwaved into the Yasuo ulti, and that's her gone. And I don't mean like gone as in dead, I mean gone as in her mindset is like hit the shitter like a fucking ton of bricks. She is pissed off that nobody came top lane. Even though we were trying desperately to make something happen bot lane, we had the numbers advantage, but we didn't have any real lead to actually tower dive. And Annie was like way too low to be able to do something. So she comes in, immediately dies, and I am left with the tower, and I have to try and pick up the pieces here, which of course I don't do because I'm not an insane fucking person. So I just back off and I'll let the tower fall, because there's no reason for me to die just to get a tower. The tower's gonna fall regardless. If whether or not I die is just optional, but that tower is going down. A little bit later on in the game, I try moving into the jungle here to get a little bit of vision. We are pretty much lacking vision all across the board because we're pushed into the base. I face check a bush like a moron because I didn't drop the ward. I don't even know if I had it up yet. Or no, I didn't. I had a sight, so I just didn't drop it because I'm an idiot. Despite that, I actually managed to flash out, survive. We almost get a pick onto Orianna. The spray and pray drops from Twitch. Doesn't manage to pick anybody up, but we do manage to push them off a little bit here. However, like Aurelia and Twitch are both really low. Twitch does back, Aurelia does not. She face checks another bush, tries to go in, and that E is going to be what kills her. Not a good idea. And and as you can see, plenty of pings coming out here. Aurelia pings every single member of her team questioning where the hell we were. Obviously, quite literally nothing that we could have done, but yeah. And that's going to be the third Infernal Drake. So they've got 3 Infernals. They are beyond ahead right now. 4k gold difference, but probably the money difference that they get from having the Infernal Drakes, it's probably massive. So even at this point, I'm still like 0-0-6. I have not died yet. Neither is Twitch. Our entire bot lane has gone pretty much flawlessly in lane. We're still keeping up with CS, which is like the main thing. But the team has like completely fallen to shambles. Like there's nothing that we can do to bring this back in terms of like team morale. Because these are just solo queue players, man. They do not care in any capacity about like playing as a team. So the game goes on a little bit. We do manage to get a couple picks here and there. I still haven't died yet. I'm 009, but they are on our inhibs. We're taking so much damage. Aurelia gets really, really low HP and decides that she wants to try and go back in, despite the fact that, you know, she's igniting and she's probably going to die. And that's going to be my first death of the game, and also simultaneously the ending of the game. Just like a really, really crappy team fight, and a lot of people got caught up on the Yasuo war one there as well. It was just like Kane initially getting caught with the Q, the resonating strike from Lee Sin, and then Aurelia choosing to go in immediately afterwards. Like, the dissonance off of Orianna just like completely obliterates her, because I don't think she has so much MR. Redemption drops, and I try and get the redemption to save Twitch, but it doesn't really do much, and we end up getting nothing. Awful game. Awful game. So much could have been done differently, and it was really just a case of like the mindsets were so awful. Like our top, our mid, and our jungle were trying so desperately to like have a pissing contest with each other and like trash talk each other, that like nobody realized that bot was like the saving grace, that we could have done something with that. But nevertheless, so moving on to the second game here, we're up against an Ezreal jungle. One thing that I've noticed about people when they play against Ezreal jungle, I don't know if this is something that you guys have noticed as well, people drastically people drastically underestimate his level of aggression early game in the jungle. So like, Ezreal hits level 3, level 2, level 3, immediately just goes balls deep on the jungle and Jarvan, because he knows he can win any fight. He can kite essentially anything that Jarvan can throw at him. That might be like his combo, anything like that. There is no way that Jarvan's going to be able to knock him up if Ezreal is even remotely decent. However, Garen, our top laner Garen, had like one of the worst attitudes that I have ever seen. Literally, one death goes out onto the Jarvan, and it was at that point that he was already like, this game's over, GG, pretty much. I mean, he ends up getting the kill onto to Tryndamere because he dinged 6 a little bit earlier, and Tryndamere was a little bit low, didn't have his ulti up. But it was just the fact that there was literally one single mistake that Jarvan made, just underestimating the power of Ezreal there, and he does it a couple times. He's not like, he really underestimates Ezreal, but it's enough for our top laner to just be like, this game is over, like, screw this. And he gets another pick onto Jarvan, completely whiffs the Q off of Ziggs. Doesn't really matter though, because he does pick it up, but he still has to flash the wall. I do move up to try and help out here because Thresh is moving as well. But it's still 1 for 1. It's honestly not that bad, and hopefully with like catch up XP, he's not gonna be like in that bad a position. But honestly, it's I can imagine that Jarvan like was getting hella tilted, because I do recall this Garen being like majorly toxic when it came to our jungler. But honestly, none of that really particularly mattered, even though despite the fact that our top laner was toxic, despite the fact that there was flaming across the board, both our mid laner and our jungler both DC'd at the same time. Now, the Tristana DC'd at the same time as well. 3 people in our game disconnected at the same time. I don't know. I've got absolutely no idea why that happened. 2 people DC'd. And I was just like, well, shit. I mean, I wasn't exactly going to go defend mid from 2 people there. There was nothing that we could really do. And as a result, they took 1 tower. They kept pushing. They took the 2nd tower. And we are left at a 3k gold disadvantage in 9 minutes, because we lost half our team. Now, Tristana did come back. She came back way before any of our team came back. So, Jarvan reconnected. He comes back a little bit. He plays a little bit, and then he DCs again. And it's kind of meh. I don't think he's in the game particularly long before he DCs again, and Ziggs did not come back for a long ass time. I don't know if any of you guys can explain exactly why that happened, because maybe some of you guys experienced it as well, but I'm assuming that 3 of these people are from the same country or from the same place or something, and something happened. But it's hard to believe that 3 people in a ranked game, and we were playing it like high plat elo, all DC'd at the same time. As you can imagine, this game did not go particularly well. We lost pretty damn hard, I believe it was, due to a surrender, because at this point, we were like, what, 9k gold behind. We were just really struggling. We're picking up kills here and there, but yeah, we got screwed. And actually, I don't think we did surrender, but we just like, we chased way too far. Entirely my fault as well. I chased with the team to try and get some picks because we were desperate to get picks. And as a result, we couldn't stop the Tryndamere. He was just like undying rage, couldn't stop him, smashed the balls out the tower. Yeah, unlucky game. Like, I didn't really hold it against myself there. I went 0-1-12, which is pretty decent considering we had 2 people. It was a 3v4/3v5 for a lot of the game. Another game, another team, another Ezreal jungle. Not particularly happy with it. I was playing Thresh this game. I'm not a major Thresh player, but I decided to pick him up this time. Ezreal does get hooked. He actually levels up his E first, but for whatever reason, decides not to flash out, and then instantly goes into fuck my team mode, which is fantastic. Great thing to start the game with is always somebody going into fuck my team mode. Despite that, it is a Kayn mid for whatever reason. Ezreal does manage to get like a really free pick onto him as well. Has to flash for it. We got 2 flashes out mid trying to get that kill. A little bit silly, but you know, a kill is a kill. I'll take it. So bot lane, I go for like the most standard Thresh level 2 all in. I think I was taking Ignite at this point actually. Yeah, I took Ignite on this lane. We did pick up the kill onto the Vayne, although Blitzcrank also has Ignite, so the heal from Twitch didn't really come through very much. End up just slapping the hell out of Blitzcrank, but there's no way I'm going to kill him. Also, he's running into a massive minion wave, so I just end up backing off. But yeah, I kind of regret playing Thresh this game purely because my hooks were just so goddamn awful. Like, I'm actually genuinely terrible on Thresh. I do hit some hooks here and there, but like goddamn, it's nowhere near in comparison to like any of my other champions. At this part of the game, we experienced some of the greatest spaghetti code that has ever been seen in League of Legends. Even the enemy Blitzcrank. Like, this is bullshit. This is literal. Look at this, right? Yo, I'll even increase the chat because it was horse shit. 100% horse shit. This shouldn't have hit, right? Twitch is like standing behind minions. Blitzcrank moves through, drops the hook. It just like curves through the fucking minion, grabs Twitch. And I do know the reason behind this. I understand the game code reason behind this, but it is unbelievably stupid. It makes no sense. And even Blitzcrank says, don't ask, that was pure BS. He understands. This man understands, dude. But I actually could tell you exactly why that hit. Because for some reason, this is like part of the game code. I don't understand why it exists or why it works that way. But when a hook or when a straight line skill shot actually hits the end of its line, it opens up into a circle for some reason. I don't quite know what the reasoning behind it is or why Riot have decided that this is something they want to do. But actually, I'm trying to pause it. So when a straight line skill shot gets fired out, the second it hits it hits the end of its line, it actually opens up into a circle to check to make sure that there is actually something that it can hit. So what it did is it actually went past the hitbox of the minion, ended up opening up into a smaller circle, and Twitch happened to get caught in it, which, as you can imagine, led to him being grabbed behind the minion. And it looks like he was grabbed behind the minion, but it actually went past and opened up into a circle. I have no idea what the reasoning behind that is, or why Riot have made it so that it does open up into a circle at all. I guess it's so that it makes straight line skill shots easier to hit, but they're actually easier to hit at max range than any other part of the skill shot. You're more likely to hit a skill shot when it's at max range than you are at any other point, apart from point blank, of course. But I mean, that's still, we've seen people miss them before. But yeah, it's bizarre, which is why that Morgana binding never hit you, that Blitzcrank hook never hit you, which is why the Ezreal Q never hit your Nidalee spears. This is the reason, and I'm not even joking. I can't remember where. I think it was on Reddit where I found out about it, but it's bizarre, but it's how it works. It's how it works, and that's how that death is just because. So the game progresses on. We're only a couple like 100 gold behind, but it's not exactly going as well as I really hoped it to be. 1-4 Renekton so far. Built a Thornmail against Kayle. I genuinely don't. I genuinely have no fathoming idea what the reason for that could possibly be. I actually asked Renekton after the game. I was like, why did you buy Thornmail Renekton first item when you're against Kayle. Reasoning for that being was that she auto attacks a lot. Therefore, she said he auto attacks a lot, Kayle auto attacks a lot, and also there's no other better item to build. If you say so, Renekton. If you say so, dude. That's all I gotta say, man. This man went 1-8 in this game and built Thornmail first item versus a Maokai jungle and a Kayle, which fantastic. So that game didn't go too well. I was expecting like the Omega Scripter Xerath to pop off. Didn't really pop off in the way I wanted it to. Ezreal jungle did okay, I guess, 5 and 7. We did okay bot lane as well. I had stupid deaths here and there, 2, 3, 7. Wasn't too bad, considering we were getting shit stomped pretty hard. I didn't think it was all that bad, or at least I perceived us to being shit stomped all that bad. Now that I look back at it, and it's only like a 1.3k gold difference, we weren't losing as hard as I thought we were. But the thing is that I guess a lot of the gold was on people that could do a lot of damage. They had a very hyper carry late game team as well. Like Kayle and Vayne together is not a good combination, especially with like a team like Maokai or Blitzcrank that can peel really hard or just be beefy man cakes. It can get in the way of all your damage, which would be the case considering we have Ezreal Xerath. That would probably be, and obviously I'm playing Thresh. Pretty hard to grab their backline out of position if Maokai and Blitzcrank have anything to say about it. But yeah, we did end up losing this game. I will lay awake at night. Ugh. I will lay awake at night wondering about the mystery of the first item Thornmail against Kayle. Despite the fact she built Ginsu's. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he's undeniably not wrong. She does auto attack, you know? She auto attacks. Therefore, there's probably some degree of damage that, you know, there's likely at least some degree of damage that he does to her when he auto attacks. But I'm willing to wager it's not tremendous amounts, especially considering Kayle has a fucking inbuilt heal. Like, yeah, look, she is doing damage. She is actually doing damage to herself. She's done almost 100 damage to him. She's done almost 100 damage to herself, but she's also done 700, 800 damage to Renekton. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think that was the best idea, especially considering you're up against a character with a heal. And she does such little damage to herself, you know? That, but still, good effort. This is my teams, by the way. Hi, Plat. Haha. But I haven't let that get me down. We're claiming, we're getting it, and we'll be back again. Maybe not with this series, but we're back in tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy this. This look into like it's not high elo, right? But it's higher elo. I like doing these videos and showing off some of the dumb bullshit that happens, because I want people to realize you're not that far off of the rank you think you are. Like, there's people in these games that are like Diamond 5. There's people in these games that are Plat 2, 1, very close to Diamond, and you're probably sitting there thinking they don't look all that much better than you, or they look worse than you are. And that's because they're not. They really aren't. You can easily get this shit if you try. The just thing you have to remember is, don't build Renekton fucking first item Thornmail against Kayle. That's all you need to know. That's the one piece of information you need to know, and you can get Diamond. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye. I have no idea where that video was going.